Frontiers of Pandora From the Ashes is releasing the same day as Avatar Fire and Ash, that being December the 19th, but there's still a lot of questions that people would like to know about this expansion. Avatar Theory here, hope you're doing well and having a fantastic day. And based on what we've seen, From the Ashes does certainly look interesting. I mean, not only do you play as Sulik, but also with the third-person update coming for free on December the 5th, it's definitely looking to change the way you play the game. Now that being said, there's still a lot of questions being asked about this expansion, but just recently Ubisoft updated a blog post with frequently asked questions. Now, I will leave a link to this article in the pinned comment and the description below if you want to read it for yourself, as I'm mostly going to focus on the big questions that I often see being asked in my comments. Now, the first question is, quote, if I originally purchased the Avatar Frontiers of Pandora Season Pass or the Gold or Ultimate Editions, will the From the Ashes expansion be available to me for free? The From the Ashes expansion is not included in the Season Pass. If you own any previous versions of Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, you can purchase the From the Ashes expansion for $24.99. The From the Ashes edition includes the main game plus expansion, as well as the Floating Mountains bonus content. The Complete Edition includes the main game, both story packs, the From the Ashes expansion, and more. End quote. This is quite important because I've had a lot of people asking me that if they own the Season Pass, doesn't include this expansion, and here you have the answer. The short answer is no. You will still need to purchase this expansion, and I can imagine when they developed Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, probably they had the first two story packs in mind, hence why they did a Season Pass, and probably based on feedback and how the story evolved, especially with this tie-in of Avatar Fire and Ash, they then decided to do From the Ashes, and with it likely being a bigger pack than the story packs, it kind of makes sense that it is a separate purchase and not part of the Season Pass. And of course, what a lot of people will want to know is how big is this expansion, which ties into the next question, which asks, quote, how long is the expansion? How long a player will spend in the game can vary depending on playstyle. In From the Ashes, players can explore a ravaged version of the Kinglor Forest and its new sub-region, the Ravines, created specifically for the expansion. With all the content available to you, the overall length will vary, but for players that want to see everything, we estimate roughly 20 hours of content. End quote. So with Ubisoft saying that it's 20 hours of content, I can see that if you focus on the main story only, it will probably take you about 13 to 15, maybe 16 hours, depending on, well, like they said, your playstyle. But of course, there will be a lot of side quests, a lot of collectibles, and all sorts of things to see in this world, which kind of is one of the big things that I'm personally excited about, because this expansion ties in a lot with Avatar Fire and Ash. So I do wonder what kind of connections there will be. I feel that one of the big exciting things of Avatar Frontiers of Pandora was every time they mentioned like Jake or the Battle of the Hallelujah Mountains, because you have that connection to the films. And I know it's one thing that many people always wanted in this Avatar game is a connection, more connections to the movies. Even though the standalone story is fantastic, I know people were asking for more movie tie-ins. So with From the Ashes, it's definitely something that they will get. Another question that I often see in the community is people asking if they need to own Frontiers of Pandora to play this expansion, as the question is, quote, do I need to own Avatar Frontiers of Pandora to play the From the Ashes expansion? Yes, you need to own the main game or have an active Ubisoft Plus premium subscription to play From the Ashes, but you don't need to complete the main game story to access the expansion. All owners of From the Ashes can play it directly from the main menu without playing the main game story. To account for this, we've included a short recap video of the story so far. End quote. So this is something that I was personally not sure about with it being a standalone expansion. I honestly wasn't sure if you needed the main game, but I mean, hence it being an expansion, it would make sense that you need the main game. And and the answer being that you do need to own Frontiers of Pandora. But with it being essentially a standalone story, I guess that's where the standalone expansion comes in. You don't need to have played or finished the main game, although I can recommend that you would need to probably do it if you want to understand the story better, especially if you want to understand Sulik's story better. And it is nice that they say that there's going to be a recap video. I mean, for not only people who didn't finish the main game, but for a lot of people who maybe finished the main game when it released like 2 years ago and they didn't really play it again since, and they don't want to replay the entire game, a recap video is going to be very nice for all of us just to kind of refresh our memory on the game itself. Now, with the answer being that you can play it directly from the main menu, it's probably going to be like a button that I believe Dawn of Ragnarok for Assassin's Creed Valhalla did, something akin to that, where you can just jump straight into the expansion. But hopefully when they do reveal some gameplay footage on, I believe it's November the 20th, I think, then we will get a bit more answers on this. Now, another thing is the bonus content, where the question is, quote, do I have to purchase the complete edition in order to own the Mangkwang Clan Pack and the Floating Mountains bonus content, despite already owning the main game? The Mangkwang Clan Pack will be available to purchase through the in-game store after December the 19th for all owners of Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, as they will be usable on the main game main character when playing the main game, as well as Sulik in From the Ashes. The Floating Mountains bonus content is exclusive to pre-orders of the From the Ashes expansion or to owners of the From the Ashes edition or complete edition, end quote. So if I understand that correctly, only if I pre-order the expansion, then I will get the Floating Mountains bonus content, but the Mangkwang Clan Pack you can purchase if you purchase the expansion at a later date. We still don't have pictures of the Mangkwang Clan Pack, so I don't really know what it looks like. I tried looking again online, but I couldn't really find anything, so I am curious about what it looks like and how it looks on our character and on Sulik. But speaking of Sulik, the next question is, quote, is Sulik the only playable character in From the Ashes? Yes, during the From the Ashes expansion, you play as Sulik. The story of the expansion is one of grief and vengeance, where the battle-hardened Na'vi warrior will have to fight to protect his loved ones. Characters from the main game will return and help Sulik fight back against the Ash Clan and RDA Alliance, end quote. So that still leaves the question as to where is our Sargento character. I mean, they do say that characters from the main game will return, so I do wonder which characters will return. Does that mean only NPCs, or will we actually see our Sargento character? I do hope we will see our Sargento character, because I mean, I've spent over 100 hours playing that character, so I would like to see my character at least in some sort of way. And if we do see our character in the expansion, I do wonder if that character will have the cosmetics, as the next question actually touches on the cosmetics, which asks, quote, does that mean I won't be able to use any of the cosmetics I previously purchased in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora? All newly created cosmetics will work in the main game, as we made sure that these will be compatible with the main game main character. Most cosmetics from the main game will carry over to From the Ashes and will be usable except for character cosmetics. This is due to changes in how character gear and equipment work in the expansion, end quote. And then they give a list of packs that contain character cosmetics which will not be usable in From the Ashes. You can just pause the video and read all of these cosmetic packs. It is unfortunate because I do like a lot of these cosmetic packs, but I suppose it kind of makes sense that Sulik won't wear a Sargento Heritage cosmetic pack or won't wear the Aranahe Warrior pack. I mean, I guess story-wise it wouldn't really make much sense why I would wear it. But I suppose with third person being a big part of the game, if you do still want to see these cosmetics, you can always probably go back to the main game and play your character in third person and see all of these cosmetics. Regardless though, I am excited about the potential of all the new cosmetics that might come to the game, especially now that third person is coming and you would want to see the cosmetics on your character. But at least Ubisoft is giving a list of cosmetics up front which won't be part of the expansion or which won't be usable in the expansion. And then of course one major question is about co-op and if co-op will be a part of the expansion, which the answer is, quote, to ensure we could tell Sulek's story as authentically as possible through dedicated narrative moments and gameplay additions that reflect his skills as an experienced Na'vi warrior. From the Ashes is a single player only expansion, end quote. I mean, I've personally played Frontiers of Pandora by myself. I dabbled a little bit in co-op, but it wasn't something I played a lot of because I always felt that, at least personally, that my Sarentu was the survivor. So it kind of in my mind, it made more sense that my character was by themselves. But I know a lot of people do like co-op in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and of course it wouldn't make much sense that there's co-op in From the Ashes if it's just Solek. But I mean, if you still want to play co-op, there's always the main game to go back to. It's not like they're removing or disabling co-op, it's just not going to be a part of the expansion. Personally, it doesn't bother me, but I know some people might want to play the expansion co-op. I mean, you can always hop on Discord and play the game with a friend of yours, and then you guys talk to each other while you play the game, so you kind of still have that communication while playing the game. But I like the fact that they're focused on Sulek, because Sulek was one of my favorite characters from Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and I can highly recommend that you read his comic book before this expansion, which gives even more backstory about the character. But like I said, if you want to read the entire blog post, which does have more questions and answers, it is in the pinned comment and the description below. And I am happy that Ubisoft did this because, like I said, there's been a lot of questions about this expansion in terms of what it includes and what it doesn't include, the different editions, what you need to own and all that. And hopefully now with this blog post, it answers a lot of people's questions. But if you still have any questions about Avatar From the Ashes, then let me know in the comments below. And if you have any concerns about the expansion, then also let me know in the comments below. I'd love to have a discussion about your thoughts on this expansion, which, like I said, comes out the same day as Avatar Fire and Ash. But for more Avatar content, have a look at the rest of my channel, and until next time, have a fantastic day and stay safe.